Hello, friends. Welcome back to part 2 of your reading lesson for today. Now, in part 1, you looked at an illustration and listened to some words to help you understand what was going on in that scene. Now, for part 2, you're going to start thinking about your next focusing question task, which is focusing question task 5. I have inserted a picture of assessment 28A. You do not have a copy of that in your workbook, and that's okay. That's why I've given it to you here. So your goal for the next few days is to complete this focusing question task. And your task is to describe the moment on pages 21 and 22 when Williams windmill starts to work. So I have given you some resources here to help you whenever you're watching the video with Miss Beers, and also for after you watch the video with Miss Beers to help you complete your organizer and be ready for tomorrow. So it says to be sure, well, let's go back to this part right here. It says write sentences, that's more than one, that describe what William saw with his eyes, felt and heard, and how he felt and his emotions and his feelings using evidence from the text. So you can't just guess. You have to actually use clues from the story that we read, and especially from pages 21 and 22. It says, be sure to use all of the following in your sentences. Sensory and feeling words, including adjectives, to describe what the wind was like and how William felt. Now, I'm going to show you some of the resources I've given you. I've included pictures from pages 21 and 22 of your book, and also a copy of handout 28A. This is what you're going to fill out today. You're not doing your writing today. Today, you're just filling out your organizer and practicing your sentences. Mrs. Spears is going to give you some sentence frames to help you think about what you saw, heard, and then felt or touched. Or not you, what William did, okay? So you will fill out the organizer with Miss Spears and on your own as well. And then with your learning partner at home, you are going to be practicing your sentences using those sensory words as adjectives and telling how William felt and his emotions, okay, his feelings. Now, again, today is just practice, filling out your organizer and practicing. So you'll watch a video with Miss Spears, and she's going to help explain all of this more in depth with you. But just remember, no writing today, just practicing. So practice with your learning partner at home, whether it's a brother, a sister, a mom, a dad, a grandma, even a stuffed animal makes a great learning partner, right? All right, so let's do that. And then tomorrow we'll get started. We'll do the writing part. Okay, friends? Remember, if you ever have any questions about what we're doing, do not hesitate to ask your teacher. That is what your teacher is there for, okay? And then you'll have day 3 of your fluency today as well when you get done with this part 2. All right, friends, I hope you have an amazing day and good luck on practicing and getting prepared for your writing tomorrow. See you soon.
All right, friends, you have already identified some sensory words that could be used to describe a scene from the text. Next, you are going to think about some feelings words that you can incorporate in your own writing as you rehearse for your 5th focusing question task. Now, for focusing question task 5, you are going to write sentences to describe the scene when Williams windmill starts to work. Listen as I read the prompt for assessment 28A that you see on your screen. Write to describe the moment on pages 21 and 22 when Williams windmill starts to work. Write sentences that describe what William saw, felt, and heard, and how he felt in terms of his emotions using evidence from the text. Be sure to use all of the following in your sentences. sensory and feelings words, including adjectives, to describe what the wind was like and how William felt. Now, I'm going to remind you, you just collected some sensory words that can help you describe what the wind looked like, sounded like, and felt like when the windmill started to work. Now you're going to think about how William felt in terms of his emotions. You may have to use the illustrations to infer how William is feeling. And remember, to infer means to guess based on facts and evidence from the text. Let's look back at the illustration. Now, listen to me read page 21 again. Like always, it came, first a breeze, then a gusting gale. The tower swayed and the blades spun round. Now, since the words don't talk about how William feels, you're going to have to infer how he is feeling on this page. Remember, once again, infer means to make a guess based on facts and observations. So now what I'd like you to do is describe how you think William felt. Did you describe how he felt? What words would you use to describe how he must have felt when his windmill started to work? Let's look back at our feelings word anchor chart. I've already added some words that I thought of to describe how William was feeling when his windmill started to work. Listen as I review those words. I said he may have been feeling happy, proud, or relieved. Okay, friends, get out handout 28A, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind Evidence Organizer. Follow along with me as I read the directions. Write sensory and feelings words to describe the scene on pages 21 and 22 from The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. You can write what William saw, heard, and felt during the scene, how William felt in terms of his emotions during the scene. Remember, you are going to use the sensory words chart and the feelings chart to select words for your evidence organizer. So watch me. You know what William saw were the blades spin. So the blades spin. And I bet he felt proud. Did you see how I did that? Okay, it's your turn now. You are going to add sensory and feelings words to your evidence organizer to describe the scene where William's windmill first starts to work. Pause the video now to add sensory and feelings words. Okay, friends, now that you've collected evidence to describe the scene on pages 21 through 22, you are ready to start planning for your fifth focusing question task. Listen as I read the prompt to assessment 28A. Follow along with me on your screen. Write to describe the moment on pages 21 through 22 when William's windmill starts to work. Write sentences that describe what William saw, felt, and heard, and how he felt in terms of his emotions using evidence from the text. Be sure to use all of the following in your sentences. Sensory and feelings words, including adjectives, to describe what the wind was like and how William felt. Now, you are going to orally rehearse some of the sentences to describe the scene when William's windmill starts to work. I put some sentence frames on the slide to help you. Watch how I use this first sentence frame and my evidence organizer from The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind to orally rehearse a sentence. William saw the wind spin the blades around. Now it's your turn. You're going to orally rehearse your sentences for Focusing Question Task 5, Part 1, using your evidence organizer. Are you ready? Pause the video to orally rehearse your sentences. All right, awesome first graders. Did you rehearse your sentences in preparation for Focusing Question Task 5? If you did not, make sure you do that. We will continue with The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind the next time. But until then, be kind and do something great because you are capable of greatness.